the CALSER deployed a team of researchers to transverse the length and breadth of northeast Nigeria to put issues in proper perspectives for members of the unsuspecting general public. This periodic assessment by CALSER is in line with its strategic objectives of appraising the operations of Nigerian Army in the fight against terrorism in Nigeria. We consequently wish to state that the supercamp strategy of the Nigerian Army has indeed provided that needed boost in the fight against terrorism in Nigeria. This is cognizant of the fact that in the periods that the Coalition for African Liberation and Socio-African Rights deployed its teams of researchers to the fields, it noticed the presence of some top brass of the Nigerian Army in the trenches with the troops. We wish to state that on numerous occasions, where researchers from CALSER were on the field conducting periodic reviews of the war against terrorism, it has encountered on numerous occasions top brass of the Nigerian Army with the troops in the trenches, and worthy of mention is the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tukur Buratai. This is quite commendable and an indication that indeed the leadership of the Nigerian Army has matched words with actions in the fight against terrorism in Nigeria. This is also on the heels that the supercamp strategy of the Nigerian Army has proved to be that avenue with which the Nigerian Army has continued to advance in multiple giant strides in the fight against Boko Haram ISWAP terrorist group in northeast Nigeria. The CALSER appreciates the efforts of the Chief of Army Staff and the entire members of the Nigerian Army in the war against terrorism. It wishes to state that if this tempo is sustained, we might as well, and please note, we might as well be seeing the end of the Boko Haram ISWAP terrorist group in Nigeria. In light of the above, we call on all the African continent and their leaders, African countries and their leaders, to rise against the Boko Haram ISWAP ideology by ensuring that those channels with which the Boko Haram ISWAP spreads its ideology are identified and curtailed in the overall interest of the African continent. The African continent must come together in this critical point of our existence and in one voice to work for the collective existence of the African region against the threats posed by some European forces, working assiduously to see to the disintegration of the African continent through the covert sponsorship of the activities of Boko Haram, ISWAP terrorist groups.